Campbell who scores.
Hello and welcome to CWHL Live, empowered by Hilberg and Burke, empowering women one sparkle at a time. You'll notice the sparkle ball earrings sported by CWHL players throughout the season and tonight's contest. Make sure you get yourself a pair at the Hilberg and Burke website. Hello and welcome to Winthrop, Massachusetts. I'm Max Wolfoff, joined alongside by my brother Zachary on this lovely Sunday afternoon in sports, and we've got a great one for you with the Blades and the Rays, a rematch of yesterday's contest.
We sure do, Max. Last night, the Rays came out and won in a shootout after being down for most of the game, really.
And with that, we'll take a quick look at the numbers brought to you by MNP. Last night's game, Lauren Dahm had to stand tall, making over 50 saves in the process on the way to a shootout loss. But tonight, the Blades are going to turn to rookie Robin Shimego out of Dartmouth.
Being a rookie and being in your first CWHL game is always difficult. I assume that she probably has a lot of butterflies right now and is kind of worried about the game.
And Shimego, her collegiate stats, 83 games played for the Big Green at Dartmouth with just about a 2.5 career goals against average clip. She will be opposed by Elaine Shuley, who last night made all the saves she needed to keep the Rays in the game when pressure got tough.
She sure did, but at the same time, she's going back-to-back, and playing back-to-back nights, especially as a goaltender, is really tiring.
And that's one of the things that's key about this weekend. The Blades and the Rays are playing 3 games in 4 nights, and legs are going to be tired, and especially with the Rays, they relied very heavily on their North American skaters last night to give them a lot of key minutes, especially late in the game.
You're sure right, Max. The Vancouver Rays have 11 Chinese players, and to rely specifically mainly on your North American players is very difficult, especially when you're playing back-to-back. I'm sure they're going to be very tired, and they're going to be taking short shifts for most of the game today.
And with those shifts will come difficult obstacles. And with today's game, this is one of 2 expansion Chinese franchises, and the Chinese brand has really grown into the hockey mold, and a lot of that has to do with the run-up to the Olympic Games in Beijing in 2022.
Right. With the 2008 Olympic Games, the Chinese government spent a lot of money to upgrade the sports infrastructure. They started with basketball and gymnastics in time for the Olympics. And then they got more and more, they put a lot of money into soccer. Currently, the Chinese Super League has 3 of the highest paid players in all of the world soccer, including Carlos Tevez, who makes £625,000 a week. That's a lot of money.
Man, what we could do with that kind of money.
Yeah, we could do a lot.
Yeah.
But so because of getting the 2022 Olympics in Beijing, being the first Olympic city to host both the summer and the winter games, they put a lot of money into the hockey infrastructure. The New York Islanders recently drafted someone out of the Chinese Hockey Academy, which was very big and very monumental for Chinese hockey. And so to have 2 CWHL teams playing in North American competition is very monumental, and it's a great leap forward for them so that they can become ready for Olympic hockey. And so when the Olympics come, they can compete in the knockout stages and possibly, who knows, maybe even medal if they really invest hard enough.
And that investment starts now, especially there's plenty of time in the run-up to those Beijing games, and we will bring you to ice level when we are ready for tonight's contest. But we're continuing on the track of the Olympics. The new ones in Pyeongchang, they're coming up very soon. We're under the 100-day mark.
Yes, we sure are, and it's going to be interesting how, especially on the women's side, because there's going to be so much competition for the American team and for the Canadian team and for the South Korean team even.
And with the American and Canadian team, they typically trade gold, silver, but that one year USA won bronze. The US team and the Canadian team both are gearing up in a series of games, and the USA is dubbing it the Time Is Now Tour, and they had a recent game at Agganis in front of a packed house at Agganis Arena at the campus of Boston University, and the competition looks to be fierce. Canada's looking to repeat again, but the US, they really want to go for that second gold.
Everyone wants to go back-to-back.
Oh, I'm sure.
Everybody wants to have more gold medals. Who doesn't, really? I mean,
that's a great question.
But to go up and to have big games like this in Agganis is fantastic for them.
And another big game for the growth of women's hockey. We will bring you tonight's action when we come back on CWHL Live. You're watching Empowered by Hilberg and Burke.
Zubak there for the Furies, has it. She stick handles away from the defender, drops it near side. Stewart plays it to Dingledine, back to the point. Molson lets the shot fly, and they score on the power play with the redirection. The Furies capitalize, and they take a 1-0 lead.
That was such a beautiful goal there. There's traffic in front of the net. There's no way she saw that. As you can see there, great pass up to the point. She just moves, changes her angle, goes for that far side, and
Brickleyuk and Mercer at the point. Mercer gets it to Brickleyuk. They feed it down low. There's the shot, and they score on the power play. It took them just 6 seconds on the power play, but the Vanke Rays capitalize, and it's Hannah Bunton getting the power play marker. Tajing
tonight as Turner losing this faceoff for Shirley, but Goldberg is able to poke it ahead into the offensive zone. The Blades unable to set up. Now it's a 2-on-1 if the Inferno hurry. This one's shot, and Hampton with the block, and then it reaches Dom. In the net it goes. Calgary and Shirley, you can't be serious.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Thank you. It's 1-0 Calgary. Bit of a broken play as the puck was just sent in, and a wacky deflection off a couple of bodies. It ends up going in. Either way, it's 1-0. Calgary controlling a lot of possession time here in the second period, as evidenced by the amount of times we've had to use the camera to my left. Ing loses her stick in the process, but she's able to soccer style it to the line. Held in by Gardner. She has Gosling breaking, finds her shot off the water bottle, and it's good. Gosling picks the top corner. It's 2-0.
Dom looked like she had it squared up and then just couldn't get in front of it as that one went top corner right over her shoulder.
Not a whole lot Dom could have done about that. A turnover at the blue line as the Blades were turning up ice. Not many were back, and a great pass. Cannot underscore that. Blades keep it. Now for Turner. Turner toward the net, and a wicked deflection off Gosling. That was heading straight for the net. Burns for Greaves. For Mazzari, a chance in front. She scores! Boston gets one back on the power play. It's 2-1.
With just 25 seconds left to go in the power play, that was a huge one coming off of the stick of Mazzari. She has been hungry, and as we talked about at the beginning of this period, she is a team leader in every possible way you could ask her to be one.
A big chance here as Boston gets their first home goal of the season. 3:42 on the clock in the second period. A power play strike halves the Calgary lead. 50 seconds to go, it's 6-on-5 for Boston. Burns. Boston needs one goal to tie. Sent around by Grenon. As Calgary takes the clearance, and they will move it to center. Gavrilova, 3-on-1, and it's sent to the empty net as Shirley gets her second of the night.
However, turning my attention to the stars of the night, they were both at the opposite ends of the ice. The two goaltenders, they were phenomenal. Putting a stopper in this one, not letting it get to some wild score. This was a two...
Zubak there for the Furies, has it. She stick handles away from the defender, drops it near side. Stewart plays it to Dingledine, back to the point. Molson lets the shot fly, and they score on the power play with the redirection. The Furies capitalize, and they take a 1-0 lead.
that was such a beautiful goal there. There's traffic in front of the net. There's no way she saw that. As you can see there, great pass up to the point. She just moves, changes her angle, goes for that far side, and
Brickleyuk and Mercer at the point. Mercer gets it to Brickleyuk. They feed it down low. There's the shot, and they score on the power play. It took them just 6 seconds on the power play, but the Vanke Rays capitalize, and it's Hannah Bunton getting the power play marker. Tajing Chola, she shoots, she scores. We're all tied up at 1.
And it was Bunton yesterday getting one of the goals for the Vanke Rays, as she has her second on the year. So 2 goals in 2 games. Pretty impressive stats so far.
Shannon Stewart plays it back to the point for Molson. Molson feathers it through. Redirected just wide. They tap it just past the post as Prevost had prime positioning in the slot there. Prevost still with the puck on her stick. Near side to Stewart. Far side. And they tap it in. What a beauty. Tic-tac-toe. Prevost, Stewart, Dingledine. And the Furies take a 2-1 lead on the power play.
What a beautiful goal that was by Dingledine. She was just sitting backdoor waiting for that one-timer. As we'll just wait for the replay. There it is. Passes it over. Everyone's shifting, eyes towards her. Dingledine's wide open. Goes down on that knee and just snipes it top shelf. What a goal.
Here they go again. Zubak leading a breakout. Zubak drops it for Dingledine. Dingledine back to Zubak. Can't corral it on net. Defended closely. Dingledine comes up with it. Big save, big rebound. Oh, what a save! Third chance and they tap it past Truly. I mean, that second save where she dives and gets a piece of it with her mask. Incredible. But the persistence of the Furies pays off. They tap it past Truly. Again, I thought this was going in. Somehow it stays out. But on the third effort, for sure. But incredible play there. And the Furies make it a 3-1 lead. Webster feeds it far side over to Woods. 2:05 remaining now. Woods feathers it in front. Right through the slot as Webster comes up with it now. Far side hash mark. She cuts into the middle. Drops it for Brickelyuk near side. There's the one-timer, and they score! Mercer blasts that one home, and Vanke are within 1. Huge goal there. Small never saw the puck, and Vanke have a $1:54 left. They're within 1.
What a strong shot that was, and Sammy Small must have just lost track of the puck as she looked a little confused as to where it was coming from.
A huge victory on home ice for the Toronto Furies. They really had to hold on to the very end, but they skate off with a 3-2 victory and a little bit of redemption over the Vanke Rays.
Now, you guys, how big were special teams in this game, as not a lot of the play was 5-on-5. Vanke was 1 for 6. You guys were 2 for 4 in the power play. How big was that in this game today?
Yeah, the special teams is definitely important to us. We were kind of struggling there for a little bit, but we picked it up this game, so it was nice to get a few goals there.
Now, you guys played them yesterday. What were some takeaways for you to focus on? You guys were left scoreless. Today, opposite, you got 3 goals on the board. What were some key assets you guys worked on to get on the board today?
I know for us, we just wanted to get more shots on the net. We wanted to take their bodies. So I think overall as a team, we just improved from yesterday. We worked a little bit harder, and we did what we wanted to do with the game plan.
Now, this is your first taste of the Vanke team. With this expansion, what was this experience like for you so far?
It's pretty cool. It's nice to be able to go to China and be able to expand out that way. So it's also nice to see the North American players on their team, get to catch up with them and stuff, so it's always good.
Awesome, thank you. That was Jen Dingledine, First Star. You're watching CWHL Live.
And we're back here from Winthrop, Massachusetts. Max Walpop alongside Zach Walpop. And Zach, tonight's starter for the Vanke Rays, Elaine Chuli. She has a lot of history between herself with the Yukon Huskies and a lot of players on the Boston Blades coming from Boston College and a few other hockey schools.
That's sure right. Truly played at Yukon for 4 years, and she was literally the backbone on that team. She took the team to the playoffs and championships, kicking and screaming, really.
Well,
she was the only thing that kept Yukon in check during the games, really.
Yeah, their defense relied heavily on Chuli's goaltending, especially on her glove and blocker side, both of which are extremely good quality. But Chuli, she has had a little bit of trouble against Boston College. Then again, in Hockey East, who hasn't? But players like Kate Leary, Melissa Bizzari, and especially players from the Eagles teams that were so good for so long, they have a lot of success against Chuli in their college years.
They sure do. Chuli's only won 1 game against Boston College in her 4-year collegiate career at UConn, which I was pretty amazed by, to be quite honest.
Well, keep in mind, Chuli's last season was also the year that Boston College came 1 win away from going a perfect season from the start of the year all the way to the NCAA tournament before Minnesota and the Golden Gophers knocked them out in the final game.
They somehow won that game. I still am not quite sure how, but they did.
Neither am I, but in my years of following women's hockey, there have been a couple of things that have been just steadily consistent. Goaltenders win games, and Boston College is really good.
That would be fairly accurate.
It would be. And Chuli will get the start between the pipes, but opposing her will be Robin Shamago, a CWHL rookie, a second-round draft pick out of Dartmouth. She also has seen some ECAC competition, and with Kaylee Mercer out of Clarkson and Brooke Webster as well for the Vanke Rays, there is some ECAC history between those sides.
I mean, and when you have when you have somebody who's played against somebody in college or with them as a teammate, you know their weaknesses, you know their strengths. And so you are probably going around to the locker room before the game and saying, hey, you need to shoot high glove or you need to shoot low blocker. They don't like it there. They are terrible. That's their weakness. And they will tell that time and time again. So watch out for things like that. Watch for continuous shots to a specific part of the body.
You may notice Zach is wearing a poppy. I accidentally forgot mine in the rush to get here this morning. But Remembrance Day is coming up next week, and as a commemoration of the armistice that ended World War I and the poppies that grew in the fields of Flanders.
Correct. Poppy was the last thing that grew, and so on the 11th hour, the 11th day, on the 11th of
11th of November, 11th month.
They stopped, and that's all that grew. So they symbolize it with a poppy.
And those poppies will be worn throughout Canada and throughout England as well. And in America, it's not as celebrated. It's known as Veterans Day here in the United States, meant to celebrate all veterans, whether they fought in a certain war or not, and still a worthy cause to celebrate and a worthy cause to wear.
Exactly. It's very worthy indeed.
And you'll see a lot of times with, especially at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in Ottawa and in London, sometimes people will take the poppies on Remembrance Day and put them at the tomb.
There's very great pictures, both by the Ottawa Sun and all the English papers, of the poppies just being fully there. So.
Yeah, how many English papers are there again?
Too many.
Yeah, there are too many to count, but we're approaching time for player introductions. There was a little bit of a delay for the start of today's game due to a bit of a Zamboni issue that has been resolved. The ice is clean and set, but it will be interesting to see if anything in the early goings.
Is that the Chinese anthem?
No, that's not the Chinese anthem.
Oh. Then why did everyone stop? Anyways.
I don't know, but it's everything suddenly stopped, and then
it's really not knowing what's going on. It's kind of confusing.
Don't worry about it. We're minutes away from player introductions, and we'll take you there when we get a chance. But tonight's contest, it is important for the Blaze to jump on it early. They got a good start with the run of play in the first period of yesterday's game, but fell back into a turtle shell, and they couldn't hang on to a 1-0 lead.
Correct, but also at the same time, they need to continue to take shots. They need to continue to do well. After they scored the first goal, they pretty much sat back and let the defense take care of it, which led to Vanke scoring their goal in the third. If they want to win, they need to continually put shots on goal.
As we take you to ice level, you see Robin Shamago in the crease. She led out the team, and nobody followed her until now. So Shamago getting a bit of the rookie skate before today's game.
Hey, every rookie does it. Every rookie comes out, takes a skate, and is like, ah ha ha, very funny guys. All right, and then everyone else comes. It's a good chuckle in the locker room.
Yeah, we see it at basically every level of hockey as we take it to ice level. The Rays are coming out of the tunnel now, being led by one of their captains for the Rays is Kong Minghu, and one of the Chinese players, 7 years on Team China, playing at the Asian World Games, Olympic qualifiers, and IIHF Division 1, with China getting that auto bid into the Olympic Games for 2022. It is important for them to develop their Chinese players, and that's part of what this mission is with the Rays and Kunlun Red Star.
Yes, it's very imperative that they get working now so that by the time 2022 comes, they have a team and it's very good. And now we go down to player introductions.
Here to help us celebrate and drop the puck for the game here with Boston Blades alum, Vanke. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise and move your hands to the playing of the Chinese national anthem. Thank you. Please remain standing and join Sweet Caroline in the singing of our national anthem.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, works of gallantry streaming. And the rockets red hot, the bombs bursting beneath, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
A stirring rendition of both national anthems before the start of today's game. Welcome back to CWHL Live. Max Walpoff alongside Zachary Walpoff, and we are getting set for puck drop on game number 2 of this 3-game set. Teams have gone into their huddle. Of note for the Rays, the starting lineup, aside from Elaine Chuli, it is an all-Chinese starting lineup with number 15, Kong Ming-hu, number 10, He Shin, number 23, Fang Shin, number 19, Hao Chin, and number 88, Zhao Xinan. It is an all-Chinese lineup for the Rays, and for the Boston Blades, Courtney Turner, Erin Hall, Megan Greaves up front, with Kate Leary and Jordan Hampton at the back end. We thank you for joining us on CWHL Live. The puck is down. Let's have a little fun on this Sunday afternoon. This one sent in by Leary and sent around where Chuli will bark orders to the Rays as they just get started here in the first period. Up for Ming-hu. She is a 7-year veteran of Team China. She'll hand it all the way up for Berkuliak. This one stick to the wall by Robin Shimego, her first test of the night. a .916 career save percentage with the Dartmouth Big Green in her 4 years and 83 games played. This is Megan Greaves coming through center with a pass across the zone for Kate Leary. Gets away from her stick, and Kelly will send it around. Leary chases it down, and she'll fling it toward the net, but before Kelly cuts it off. So far, so good for the Blades, controlling much of the run of play here in just the first minute. Up in front, and a few hammering shots from Myers. Pouncing on it is Chuli. And right now, it's looking like the Blades have the up in the first start.
They sure do. They came out with the energy, and that's what you'd like to see as a fan, and as a Blade. If you're a Blades fan, you like to see that. Showing that they have energy early on is always a good sign.
Michelle Ng will lose this faceoff. Rose Oliva will take it away for the Rays. Back up through the zone now. Rays getting a bit of a chance in the offensive zone now, but it's along the wall, and the Blades will control with Christina Brown.
Ref fell down.
Well, always interesting when the zebra stripes get a bit of a tumble. Sent to the near side is Woods. Woods sends it around. Shimego will leave it for a teammate and take orders to send it up the near side. Brown flicks it off the wall to herself, over across the red, into the blue and onside of the Blades. Trying to cut to the middle, but cutting her off are the Rays. Sperling will get it along the wall, getting away from Bunton for Erin Kickham. The lone goal scorer yesterday for the Boston Blades, losing control at the line, and the Blades have to regroup on their side of the table. Kelly Kittredge out of Mahwah, New Jersey, played last season with DEC Salzburg Eagles, up for Chelsea Goldberg on net, and the Northeastern product sends it wide of Chuli. Kickham once again will cut to the middle, in front, and a backhand chance by Stathopoulos doesn't go through.
That was a great play there. The fact that she was able to get the puck that was loose and just try to hammer it home a backhand.
Off the wall, and Brikuliak poked away from her by the defense of the Boston Blades, Megan Sperling. Sent up ice, and Lauren Kelly will get another crack at the puck. Down along the near side wall, Minghu takes it away, and along the wall, Kickham will try to kick it free, but Minghu takes it away, and a few players tumble to the ice in the process before the Blades are finally able to clear the zone and get a line change. Here's Rose Oliva with the puck as she sends it up the near side, and through the zone, Shin comes in onside. She will take it to the back wall, getting away from Hall to the front, and Hampton is there first. Oliva whiffs on a shot, and the Rays have to retreat. Shinan missing this pass, and Megan Greaves cuts it off. Greaves, the Cary, North Carolina native, goes to the back wall. Run to the ditch before her teammates, and Kate Leary, spinning away from pressure, sends it toward the net. Chuli fielding it more like a pop-up with the out.
Hey, sometimes you got to do things like that. Sometimes a puck takes a funny bounce and it just drops down like a pop-up.
And so far, so good for Boston, as Robin Shimego getting a delivery of a bottle of water to the net.
Hey, sometimes you just forget that on the bench.
Well, hydration is important.
Very.
And here's Shinan now for the Rays, moving it through center, taken away by the Blades and hammered back by Hall. Now along the near side, Hall will take it once again. Aaron Hall, a Pembroke, Massachusetts native, captain at Holy Cross, the alma mater of Nicole Giannino as well. Here's Woods into the center, sent to the front, and Shimego didn't make a save, but the pass was well beyond her reach. Now Hall for Leary. Leary ends up in her skates. And now
she just lost track of that puck. Sometimes that happens quite a bit with a full cage like that.
And now a bad change for the Blades. They got caught a little bit, but Shimego makes another save. The second-round draft pick looking right at home in that crease today.
She sure has. She's been very impressive through the first 4 minutes.
Well, again, small sample size. His face off to the blocker side of Shimego, and will drop it down. Brikuliak wins it backward. Kelly will hold it in and bring it low below the goal line. A few players converge on Bunton, but they're able to get it free back to the blue line. Kelly, hammering shot, but toward the net, and Shimego has it under her, and Bunton can't bring it past.
It kind of looked like Shimego lost the puck in her pads there, and she was just kind of, where's the puck? Where's the puck? Oh, it's right there.
Well, sometimes that puck will just sit there, and you're not really sure exactly where it is, but your only hope is that it's not behind you, because then that's a problem.
Correct. Big time.
Kelly rings it around the boards. Bunton able to cut it off. Bunton has Kickham and Ng all over her. And it'll be taken for the Blades, and they'll try the breakout through center. Up for Megan Myers. Myers down along the sidewall will throw it to the middle and no friendly stick in sight. Shuley will pounce on it and will stop again with 15:38 to play in the first period. As a reminder, connect with the CWHL and other fans by following at the CWHL on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Be sure to tweet us at the CWHL, and we'll get to a few shout-outs later in the broadcast. This faceoff is won forward by the Rays, and Minghu will send it up, and this pass will elude the stick of her teammate Shin, sent around, and the Rays trying to set up their offensive attack. The Rays threw a lot of shots at net yesterday. 33 saves for Lauren Dahm in the process last night. Minghu and a collision at the center, taken away by Goldberg. Now for Kickham. Kickham gets around a few defenders and will try to cut back to the middle before she's cut off by Shin. Now Goldberg in front with Sathapo with a chance. Blocked shot. Big save there from Sheenan, bailing out her goaltender.
That was a massive save by her.
In field hockey, they'll call those a defensive save, and this one's popped out of play. We'll have a stoppage right by where Tara Watchorn is standing, dropping the ceremonial first puck. The Blades' former captain announcing her retirement from the CWHL and from Team Canada. She has now taken up an assistant coach position at Boston University, assuming full duties this week in their games against Rochester Institute of Technology. Oliva, low for Janiga. Janiga rings it around, but the only one there is Megan Greaves, and cutting it off at the pass is Webster. Webster at the red line, held up a little bit by Greaves, but Janiga keeps them on side, but the pass goes for Courtney Turner. Turner, the #1 overall pick in 2017, to the middle. Greaves, the shot wide. Aggressive challenge from Chuli keeps this game scoreless.
There's a very good chance that the Blades just missed on.
Sent to the center, and a shot from Webster is stopped by Shemego, and back up ice comes Greaves, looking for Leary. Cross corner pass comes in. Leary is just offside, and the Blades have to retreat. Christina Brown up for Leary. The BC teammates connecting as Greaves will set toward the net. Leary a shot, and a chest save for Chuli, and will stop again.
That shot looked like it was deflected a bit.
And tough to deal with deflections any way you can get it, but yesterday's game, the only goal that got past Chuli, not in the shootout, was by a rebound. And especially with Chuli holding UConn school records in numerous categories, which we will get to, it's hard to score a goal against her. Riding along the wall, Webster can't get it out. Here's Goldberg with it. Now Mercer with another chance, and Mercer a quick 2-on-1 developing with Bunton. Mercer will keep it herself and sent on net, glove down by Shemego, the second pass, and a penalty coming up on Boston. As wiping out on the play is Bunton. Back official will call the Blades for hooking, and the Blades will go to their first penalty kill of the night.
That did not look very good for the Blades defensively. They should have been able to get the puck out before that call was made, before that needed to happen.
Boston penalty kill 14 for 18. Yesterday's game, the only goal for the Rays came on the power play at the back end of a 5-on-3, turning 5-on-4. The Rays will win the faceoff and set up their attack with Berkuliak center point. Berkuliak low again for Woods. Emma Woods looking for her options. Sends it on net, blockered away by Shemego. To the corner for Hall. He brings it around and Woods cuts it off before the Blades just get it to the blue line, and Berkuliak says no farther. Woods for Berkuliak again. They'll play catch along the side. Winding shot, and it goes wide of Shemego. She couldn't see that one. She'll opt to cover this one with 1:40 left to go in the penalty. "13 minutes to go here in this first period. We're glad you've joined us here on CWHL Live as the Blades lose this face-off again to the Rays for Kuliak. Low for Woods, and the music is somehow still going. Mercer for Berkuliak. Winding shot is whipped on off the heel of the stick, but in front and taking it away is Christina Brown, getting it finally out of the zone, where Megan Myers will chase Berkuliak back to her side. Berkuliak will fly in unopposed, but a poke check delays the attack, but Mercer has it center point. In the circles for and now back up and on top for Mercer. Sent on net and rides a stick all the way to the opposite corner, where Bunton will control, and the bouncing biscuit is settled by Berkuliak for Mercer. Mercer, a co-captain on this Ray squad, brings it for Berkuliak again. Mercer, given a hard time by Myers and Brown, she'll have to swing around the net. Under 50 seconds left in this penalty, and Brown flings it to the wall, looking for a chance to get it out. Two players converge on her, and Woods can't get it away from Brown's skate. Now finally getting away is Mercer, back to the top for Berkuliak. Ashley Berkuliak, and now it comes from Mercer. Looking for a shooting lane, Berkuliak again, sliding block, and the Rays backhand, just able to get out of the zone is Myers.
That was a fantastic block right there. That was just what you needed to do in that moment so you don't get a shot on net.
That is Casey Brugman penalty killing 101 as Stathopoulos cuts off this entry, and Goldberg gets it farther into center. The Blades penalty has expired. We're back at even at full strength, but a stoppage for too many women. The linesman has called the Rays, it looks like, for too many players, or the Blades.
Do you know why I love that penalty?
Why?
It shows you who's not paying attention on the play.
Our mom loves that penalty too. It'll be too many women on the Rays, so the Blades are going to head to the power play. Referee coming to the center circle and saying on white. So the Blades, right after killing a penalty, will go right to the power play, where they are 4 for 21 on this young season.
Hopefully the momentum of the penalty kill will transfer to the power play and get some positive energy going for the Blades.
Of the Blades' 9 goals this season, 4 of them have come with the extra woman. Turner losing this face-off back, and it's a lot of the same players on this penalty kill for the Rays as it was on the power play. Greaves sends it low for Leary, and the Blades get a chance to set up. Hampton toward the net and well wide to the right. Kickham now finds Hampton. She'll walk the blue line and find Greaves. He's looking through her options to the front, and his kick out for Chuli, and Woods just able to get it, poke it out of the zone, and Kickham is in a foot race with Mercer now. Mercer will get it to the wall and have to kill off just a few extra seconds while her teammates change behind her. Turner will take it free for Boston. Courtney Turner, the Union College product, skates it up through central. Over and across all the lines, she comes in on side, and the Blades get a chance to set up. A few new troops coming is Christina Brown. Brown now for Turner, banks off her skate. She'll find it back for Brown again. Now Hall, looking through her options. Goes to the check down and finds Brown. Brown for Greaves again. Greaves looking for the center. She finds a lane she likes, throws it on net. Turner couldn't tap it back. Turner to the center for Hall. Hall winds and fires wide, but Greaves with the backhand on the rebound in front, and the net comes off, and we'll have a stoppage.
And the Blades are not happy one bit about that. They really thought that the play should have continued, but
well, the puck was loose.
But in the net coming off, the net comes off. You got to fix that net.
Yeah, yesterday's contest in the second period, when Lauren Dahm was on this side of the ice, the net came off 4 or 5 times in a row for stoppages for the Blades. As they win this face-off, Hampton hammers it, but it's blocked by Minghu on the way there. Another shot block, but back for Hampton. Back for Michelle Ing. Ing surveys the field. Low for Myers, a chance on net, and shoulder save Chuli. Rebound, everyone has a go at it, but all miss, and this one gets out of the zone.
It was a mad scramble in front, and it looked like that puck was going high over the shoulder there. Just got a piece of the jersey.
Now Kickham has to hold up, as in offside was Sperling. Here's Ing, getting around the defense. Now up again for Kickham. Kickham to the middle and now to the side for Sperling. Back for Kickham. The penalty's about to expire, and we're back at even at full strength 5-on-5 as Bunton exits the box. Myers toward the net and through the crease. Hampton can't cut it off at the line. The Blades must retreat. Both teams now 0 for 1 on the woman advantage thus far here in the early goings of this first period. Myers around the defensive one, but Berkuliak cuts it off before Myers can get it back. Through center, Kittredge cuts it off. She'll team with Goldberg to keep it in the neutral zone. Stathopoulos couldn't get it free, and Mercer keeps it at the red line. A poke check away, and here comes Stathopoulos breaking free. Stathopoulos looking for Goldberg. It banks off a skate, and out comes Mercer. Kaylee Mercer, the Clarkson Golden Knights product, sends it on net. Blocker save for Shimego. Another kick save on the turnaround shot by Bunton. 8:30 to play, and we'll see a whistle for offsides. No, it must have gone up into the bench.
That would make sense as the zone, the face-off is in the offensive zone.
And this is why there are two eyes up here. There are two sets of eyes.
I was about to say 4 eyes, Max.
Thanks. Thank you, Zach. If you can't tell, we're brothers. Oliva sends this one on net and sticked away by Shimego. And sent back at the net. A wicked deflection off these boards, and another hallmark of the older buildings, those boards are spongier than you might see at newer rinks.
So you might see someone try to make an actual pass off the boards.
And Greaves sends this one on net, and Chuli will stop play. And this was a hallmark of the old Joe Louis Arena in Detroit. The boards were very lively.
Yeah.
People would do big geometric passes off the angles, try to get it back in front.
And you could just take a shot clearing the puck in, and you could just have someone go out and go get it.
Yeah,
Put the puck on net, and you're just like, whoa, what was that?
It was funny sometimes when visiting goaltenders would get caught way out of position because they're assuming the boards would detonate as opposed to bringing it right back like a ricochet.
The Nassau Coliseum had the same thing on the Zamboni side of the boards. It's always fun to watch.
Leary losing control of this one to Kelly. Sperling comes up on a pinch, and now Kelly again. This shot is detonated by Kittredge before Shimego sticks it to the corner boards. Banked off the side of the net. Kittredge will spar for it with a few rays. High in the air, the shot goes, and well over the net. Greaves off her glove and back down to herself. She'll carry it over. Greaves getting around Sheenam. And now the Blades take it away with Leary. Leary sent to the middle looking for Greaves, but she whiffs on the shot and falls down on the results. Kittredge and Megan Sperling will team up in their side of the table to reset. Here's Michelle Ng banking off the boards and just getting around Cheenan, but the puck is away from her stick. She finally retrieves it. Ng spinning around in the corner. Now finding Caitlin Sperling, looking for Kittredge, but she can't hold it in with her skate. Shimego will come out and she'll instruct Megan Sperling to carry it up the far side with Megan Myers. Myers through the middle, pass behind the intended target, and up comes Webster. Brooke Webster to the wall and sends it around. Woods will crash in for it. 6:45 to play here in this first period. No score in the second game of 3 between the Blades and the Rays. On net, and Webster had a 6x4 to look at, but nothing doing. Sent to the front, no friendly sticks, and sent to the corner by Sperling. Mercer at the center. Now for Berkuliak, loses the puck in the process. Now Caitlin Sperling chases Webster down, and Webster gets it free for Bunton. Below the goal line back in front, not able to find a Ray. The net has come off again. Now both nets are having trouble with this ice.
Well, during the intermission, it's going to be interesting if the Zamboni driver comes out with the drill and drills down into it to get the net firmly in there.
Yeah, the ice has to firmly grasp it.
Yeah, very much so.
6:16 to play, and the Rays win this face-off again. Mercer sends it away for Webster. Webster to the wall, hounded by Hall and Ng, but taken away momentarily and back up instead for Bunton. She'll spin to the center. Mercer a shot, kicked out by Shimego. To the top of the circle, now the other side, on net, and Woods unintentionally kicked this one wide.
I think that got deflected in front.
It definitely did, as it banked off of Woods' equipment, and she didn't have the luxury of putting it toward the net. She put it to the corner. A poke check by the Blades gets this one out of the zone. The Rays tag up, and they're back on side on the attack. Berkuliak waiting, sends a shot on net and gloved down by Shimego. As we remind you, connect with the CWHL and other fans, as well as with the Boston Blades on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. The Blades username for basically all of our handles is Boston Blades, is Boston CWHL. For the CWHL, it is at the CWHL. Around the net and comes in. Oliva can't hold it in at the line. She'll have to retreat through center. Kelly missing her pass as it banks off of the skate of Goldberg. The Rays are only able to send it in, and Christina Brown will take it behind her net looking for options. She finds one, and Kickham is able to push it ahead. Now Kickham. Kickham will cross over to the right side, throws it on net, and another positioning save for Chuli as she comes out ahead of the crease to stop the puck. In yesterday's contest, the Blades won their first standings point of the season, but still unable to get their first win as they were able to force the shootout. But the Rays had to crawl back from the 1-0 deficit, and they were unable to get past Lauren Dahm until late in that third period. It was looking like it was destined for a regulation win, but the late goal proved to be the difference. Here's Turner with it. She'll lose control to Berkuliak, and the Rays are free through center. Over and across the line there onside. Gets it to the center, Bunton, and she scores!
Ooh.
A pretty passing play, and the Rays take the lead.
That was a very pretty passing play that just went under the blocker side.
Free through center.
Just, she could not get there in time.
Now Berkuliak tallies another assist. That is her 4th this season, as Hannah Bunton, her 4th goal this season.
Free through center.
Puck is dropped once again in this first period. And as it's 1-0 Vanke, looking for their 3rd win this season, sent on net, and Shimego gloves this one down and will stop play. A few words being exchanged between Shimego and the officiating crew tonight. Blades just trying to get their personnel situation set as Greaves is coming off, and it's going to be a full wholesale line change. Michelle Ng will lean in on this face-off with Webster, but first Ng will be thrown out. Yeah, officials at all levels of hockey are being a little bit more stringent about the face-off rules. And instead it'll be Myers. Here's Kelly looking for Webster. Webster around the net. She'll find Janiga, but first to it will be the Blades' Aaron Hall. Hall for Myers, and able to get it around Woods, and here's Michelle Ng with it. Ng still in her St. Lawrence University red gloves, at least on the inside that's red. Sent up for the Rays, and the Janiga will play clear. Myers. Hall trips and falls. Sperling back from Myers. Now Sperling once again. Blades trailing 1-0, looking to get back in this game. Goals have come at a premium for Boston thus far this season. Sperling to the wall, looking for a friendly stick. It comes all the way to the line where Hampton will send it back around the net. Caitlin Sperling taking it there. To the center, looking for Ng, but the pass is behind her and she has to retrieve in the corner. Hampton keeping it in along the line. Ng from Myers again. Myers ridden hard to the boards, where Webster will take it free. Only up to the line as Myers able to hold it in and at least delay the breakout, while the Blades get a couple of changes behind the play. Michelle Ng holds it down, sent in for Avison. Now back for Sherman, as Avison can't get out as she loses a couple of pieces of equipment, and the Blades' attack is thwarted by just a little bit of an equipment sale. 3 minutes to go in this first period. The Rays on top by a goal from Hannah Bunton. Chelsea Goldberg taking it free and banking it off the wall for Cassandra Sherman. Hard crash into the boards for Zhao Xinan, a 4-year veteran with Team China, as Christina Brown spinning away from pressure. Sato Kikuchi up for Avison. Now Nicole Giannino gets her first crack at it. Giannino, a Holy Cross product who also won gold with the Team USA roller hockey team at an international tournament in China this year before the start of this season, as it is a face-off to come outside the zone.
There's actually been a couple of people in the NHL that come from roller hockey. Steve Alexi, Henrik Lundqvist actually came from roller hockey, believe it or not.
And not just that, Jetta Ratcliffe, the injured goaltender for the Boston Blades, was the goaltender on that championship team. So the Blades, they heavily recruit out of the roller hockey ranks, and the success is translated onto the ice with multiple CWHL seasons for both. Giannino in her third and Ratcliffe in her second. Breaking in is Webster, unable to find control of the puck. Banked off the wall, and Turner will fly after it. Turner gets it around, and Greaves has some open ice ahead. Greaves to the nets, and a backhand is stopped.
That's a great play to be able to speed down the ice and get that puck and get a shot on net.
And not just that, Greaves with a short chance at acceleration really thrives when she has a chance to stretch her legs, but she was able to get enough speed early on. Officials forbidding changes as we pass that time. Oliva will take this for the Rays. Time behind her net, sends it up the near side. Vanke taking it from Vanku, and Hampton spinning away from her, stuck in the equipment of Emily Janiga. 1:48 to play here in the second period. Don't forget, we will have intermission interviews with players and fans from tonight's game. Megan Greaves sends it toward the net, and this one is wide. Truly didn't have to touch it. Kate Leary sends it back around. Only player there is someone for the Vanku Rays is Fang Xin, a 7-year veteran of Team China at various international competitions, including U18s and the D1 World Championship. On net for the Blades as they try to set up the attack in the final 80 seconds of this period. Kittredge toward the nets, can't find a tip. Taryn Harris getting her chance at it. This one banks off of a stick, and coming to the bench are the Rays. They are in need of a change. The puck did not go far enough for icing. Up for Stathopoulos as we dip under a minute to go. Blades come back onside with Goldberg last to tag up. To center once again, where Kittredge will take it. Back up for Goldberg. Kuliak takes it back, and Bunton, the goal scorer, hammers it off the wall, but unable to get it past very far are the Rays. As Kickham takes it in, and now Goldberg with a chance. Goldberg on net, shot saved by Chuli. Battle of the Huskies there, as the former Northeastern Husky Goldberg and the former Yukon Husky Chuli, with Chuli getting the upper hand. Ing brings this back from Myers. Now Brown on net and stopped. Myers can't get the turnaround. She gets it here, but it's blocked. Brown, under 30 seconds to go, this pass is turned over and the Rays are free. Hammered toward the net and wide of Shimego by Ming Hu. Janiga, around the wall, Ing. Last couple of seconds, can the Rays get a late period goal here, as this one's tipped by Janiga off her stick, then off her skate. Unable to get it on net. And 1-0 is where we will leave it in the first period. Just barely. As the Rays controlling much of the play after the first couple of minutes, with the Boston Blades giving up a late goal on a rush play, and Robin Shimego's CWHL debut is not going as the storybook written it.
Well, she did give up that one goal that was just beneath the blocker in the 7-hole. But other than that, she's shown to be poised, she's shown to be calm, she's shown to be that she can handle this so far.
Well, that's the end of the first period. The Vanku Rays lead the Boston Blades 2-1 after 20 minutes of action. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to CWHL Live, empowered by Hilberg and Burke.
you even listening? I'm afraid of wasting this daylight. I'm already growing into the unknown. Here we are supposing it's alright. Maybe right here, maybe right now. I can be anything. I think I'm ready to go. I think I'm ready to be. I think I'm ready to show that I'm no ordinary. I think I'm ready to know. Don't need the world to believe. Right now I'm ready to show that I'm no ordinary. You can keep your reasons. We're the real dreamers and we can figure it all out. We can figure it all out for ourselves. I don't wanna wake up. I don't wanna wake up staring at a sunrise that I don't believe in. I think I'm ready to go. I think I'm ready to be. I think I'm ready to show that I'm no ordinary.
And we're back on the CWHL Live. I'm joined now by the goal scorer for the Vancouver Rays, Hannah Bunton. And Hannah, a great goal to end this period. Walk me through the play.
Ashley Berkaliak just came down the wing, made a nice pass right on my tape, and I was able to get a quick release.
Now, this is the second game of 3 games in 4 nights. Are you tired yet?
I wouldn't say yet, but 3 games in 4 nights is pretty busy, so hopefully we can keep the legs going and not get too tired.
How do hockey players tend to go through this? Because the 3 games in 4 nights or 3 and 3s are fairly common at the lower levels of hockey. How do you keep your body ready?
A lot of rest at night and recovering after games, staying hydrated are probably the keys to keeping the body ready.
Now, heading into the second period, your team has a 1-0 lead. What do you have to do to keep it?
I think we have to keep the energy up, get lots of shots, get some more chances around the net, and put another one home.
Thank you, Hannah, for your time. You're watching the CWHL. We'll be right back.
Home is a feeling. It's the place where you feel safe to have those little moments that mean everything. And home is not just something you can see or touch. Home is a feeling. It's the place where you feel safe to have those little moments that mean everything. At ADT, we believe that feeling should always be there. Whether it's at your house or your business, we help keep you safe so you can have those moments that make you feel at home wherever you are.
Apologies about technical difficulties with the microphone. We're in the first intermission. Rihanna, it's good to see you. And how long have you been a fan of the CWHL?
I've been watching the league for about 3 years now. So.
And have you only been a fan of the Blades in that time?
No, I like all the teams, but I've really grown to like the Blades.
The Blades have a lot of great players through their history. Do you have a favorite?
My favorite Blades player probably through the history is maybe Tara Watchorn.
Tara dropping the ceremonial first puck tonight, and I saw you hanging out there to start the period. What was that like?
Oh, it was cool. We just talked a little bit, nothing special, but we had a good time.
What does it mean for women's hockey as a whole to see two teams now playing in a competitive league in China, growing the game as it is?
Well, like you said, I think it's really important to grow the game. So having the expansion is very important for the league and growing girls hockey over the country and the world.
The Winter Olympics are coming up in Pyeongchang. Are you pulling for Team USA or Canada, or do you have a dark horse favorite?
I'm from Montreal, so Team Canada all the way.
Hang on Team Canada, do you have a favorite player on the roster right now?
I really like Jill Saulnier. I think she's really fast and speedy and has a super good shot.
All right, great. Thank you, Rihanna, for joining us in the first intermission. We'll be right back on CWHL Live.
When I was 7, I wore these gloves. They held this stick. Well, these skates carried me over the blue line. We won the championship, and now it's all yours. Cool. Oh, and this mouth guard. I'll get my own. Thanks.
The 5th season is when Spirit for the Game gets passed down. That's why we're proud to support over 5,000 teams.
The thing that excites me the most about this collection is the fact that we're able to celebrate the diversity of the Canadian landscape. Our actual campaign really celebrates the beauty that Canada is.
To be with a brand that fully encourages women to reach their goals and their true abilities, that's something that's really special.
I think how it benefits the league is that it continues our mission of creating opportunities for women internationally. And you know, the CW also has a mandate to help grow the game in different ways. And so for us to be able to help the national team for 2022, the Beijing Olympics, is another opportunity for us to do exactly what we said many years ago when we said, you know, we believe that women's hockey is only going to grow if you put key people in places and professional people in places where those skills can be enhanced by playing with the best. And so when you see some of these North American and European players playing on the new Chinese Kumla team, you are going to see those players get better. And we see it all the time. Like Japan just won the Worlds in their division. 4 or 5 of them play in our league, and they're phenomenal, and I think they took that back. So I think it not just changes our league, I think it changes leagues across the world.
Welcome back to the booth here at Lawrence Larson Rink in Winthrop, Massachusetts. Max Walpuff alongside Zach Walpuff. And Zach, a 1-0 lead for the Vancouver Rays here in the second period as we are getting set to go soon enough. The Zamboni has cleaned up the ice. Shots on goal in the period, 20 for the Boston Blades, 15 for the Rays.
Which 20 shots in one period is actually quite incredible if you think about it. You barely see anyone get 20 shots in one period anywhere in any level of competition.
And yesterday the Rays put up a 20 spot on the Blades in the second period. The Blades struggling in that second period to get any measure of an attack, only managed I think 4 shots. What do the Blades need to do now that they trail in the second period to come back and potentially get a tire?
Well, the first thing that they need to do is come back with energy. Energy is key. They came out and started strong, and then after the 5-minute mark of the game's gone by, they started to lose some of that, and that led to the penalty, and then that led to some bad defensive passes as well as offensive miscues. But at the same time, the next thing that they need to do is they need to win the net mouth scrambles. They are coming down the near side of the ice and going backhand over the goalie and trying to get it that way, or trying to create a scramble in front, and they're not seeming to win those. They're always seeming to either lose the puck at their feet or lose it on their stick, and it's just going down the other way, and they need to regroup from the ice from there.
And both teams, especially as we got to the late stages of the period, both teams were struggling connecting passes tape to tape, especially with the late period ice. How much of that does go into how you plan those passes heading into the later stages?
It really hurts a lot. It's like when you have a plate and you don't wash it for like 2 weeks after you eat dinner on it, and grease, you have ketchup, you have mustard, you have everything on there, and it's just disgusting. It's try eating off of that or try passing something through that. It's not going to happen.
It clearly shows that both of us went to college. Yes. Wash plates? What are those things? What's a washing machine? I know. Good-natured ribbing, all in good fun here. We're getting set for the second period. We'll take you back to the ice when we have a chance, but when we come back, you'll be watching CWHL Live, empowered by Hilberg and Burke.
The Stars will shine bright in Montreal. Back-to-back Clarkson Cup champions.
Toronto goal scored by number 25, Tessa Bonhomme.
Final 5 seconds. Montreal, your reign is over. Blades of glory. Boston, you've won the Clarkson Cup.
Now Fortino across the blue line. She's got her head looking at the net. Oh, and she beats Levante with that one. For Laura Fortino, that's her first goal in the CWHL.
For the first time in Calgary Inferno franchise history, they are Clarkson Cup champions.
Rocking to the beat as we welcome you back to Lawrence Larson Rink in Winthrop, Massachusetts. Max Walpoff alongside Zach Walpoff, and we're getting set to start the second period of action with the Rays on top of the Blades 1-0 in the early going. The Kuliak and Turner face off, and we're back underway in the second period. This face-off is won by the Rays once again, but it is wiped out icing, and Mercer is first to it, getting it from Bunton. Bunton, the lone goal separating these teams back in the first period. Her fourth goal of the season sent on net, and Mercer hands it bank off of her body. The Blades will take control with Megan Greaves. It banks off the skate of Lauren Kelly, and this one banks around. Leary is first to cut it off with Greaves. trying to cut to the middle, and Berkuliak says no dice to that. Hampton for Hall, and Hall will send it in on net. Chuli closing the front door for the save. Banks around, and Ing will cut it off. Now Ing working with Leary, low, and it's cut off just before it could reach Chuli by Berkuliak. Here's Kaylee Mercer with it. She'll send it around for Ashley Berkuliak. Berkuliak, a Brandon, Manitoba native, for Cheenan, and in front in the crease, and the Rays score again. A scramble in front, no one had her covered, and the Rays take a 2-0 lead.
Defensively, the Blades just fell apart there. The puck just went off the pad, and normally the defense is supposed to take care of the second rebound like that. But the defense was not there, and Vancouver was able to hit the puck home.
Big chance for the Rays, and they double their advantage just a minute and 2 seconds into the second period. This one's one up for the Blades. Now Myers, as the Blades again coming out with energy off this faceoff. Another goal for Bunton, her 5th this season and 2nd tonight, as Ing cuts off the clearance and Janiga takes her to the boards. A few players converge on the puck before Myers is able to get it and send it shoulder height on Chuli, who arms it to the corner. Janiga and Ing all over her. Ing tripped up on the play, neither official giving a call. Now Brown cuts off the clearance by Vanke, and Meyer sends it up into the Blades bench, and will stop with 18:14 to go.
Kind of surprised that there was no call. It could have gone either way, but obviously I'm not the one in stripes.
Well, I tend to trust people who are closer to the action, and the officials are definitely closer than we are. As Chuli tees this one up, and the Rays will break out on the near side. Sent through the center before Megan Sperling cuts it off, and Kittredge will go get it. Kick him along the wall, taken away by Hei Shin. Here's Erin Kickham with it, scored a goal yesterday's contest, and she will plow through a defender, no call coming.
That really looked like body checking.
Well, body contact is allowed, not body checking. What's the difference? That's a great question. Kittredge on net, and it's bump set by Avison for Goldberg. Back for Kittredge again, looking for a lane. She opens up, and Avison a chance at the net front, couldn't tap home on the backhand. Kittredge able to hold it in, and the Blades keep it along the far side wall before the Rays lift it and get it out to center. Courtney Turner with it now. She'll turn back and into the offensive zone 1-on-3, sends toward the net, gets by Kelly, and Chuli a little bit handcuffed, able to make the save. Sent along the near side, Mercer can't get to it, and first it's Jordan Hampton. Sent ahead, and Turner's back in on side, but first to the puck will be Fang Shin. Mercer sends it along, and Bunton now has it, but 6 players are on the ice again, as it's the second too many women call of the night.
And that's really not good. That's really showing that you're not paying attention too well.
Communication and the change, it was right by the Boston bench, and it's Boston going to the penalty kill. They do have to send a representative to the box. Hall hammers it around for Kaliuk for Mercer. Second power play of the night for the Rays. Mercer again controls. Bunton quarterbacking this power play. Her pass goes awry, and Hampton gets it to Hall, who sends it around. Mercer cuts it off. Berkuliak sends it toward the net, and Shemego with another save. For Kaliuk, the cross from Mercer. Mercer switching places. Now Berkaliuk winds and fires across for Woods, gets it to Mercer. Mercer cuts to the center. Berkaliuk will take control. And Leary taking away her shooting lane. Back for Berkaliuk again. Sent on net, and a tip and a goal! Bunton in front. I think she's got a hat trick.
It really looked like that puck deflected on the way in and went up. We'll need to see from the replay. Hang on.
As Berkaliuk gets the pass up, and here's the shot.
It very well could have tipped off her. We'll wait for the official announcement before we say anything, right,
Yeah,
Max?
the CWHL referees, they track the assists and goals, and they tend to do a really good job tracking tips as the Rays take a 3-0 lead on a power play strike. Not the ideal start for Casey Brugman's Blades as they now trail the Rays 3-0. Turner pushes this one back, and Megan Sperling will control off the boards for Leary, and the Blades are unable to get very far in the offensive zone. Kelly Kittredge sends it in, and Turner is able to get some space. Brikaliuk will get the goal this time, and that is her first of the night, her second point, and her first goal this season. They indeed rule it that Brikaliuk's pass went through, and Greaves' turnaround shot wide of the net. Shuley pouncing on the rebound, and a danger chance there with the Blaze looking poised.
Again, that's one of those net mouth battles that you need to win if you're going to come back from a 3-0 deficit.
And right now it looks like Shuley is bouncing on every puck, content to let her centers win faceoffs as opposed to letting the Blades keep zone time. Don't Stop Believing eventually has to stop as we resume play, and Wood sends it all the way out. It'll be icing if it heads far enough, and Christina Brown will touch up. Shuley out of Waterford, Ontario for the Rays. She holds the University of Connecticut team record in all of the following: saves in a season with 972, save percentage in a season with 941, career saves with 3,467, and saves in a game with 69 in a triple overtime game. She also holds the regulation record with about 58 as the Blades come back in offside.
And those records are really, I don't think will ever be beat, especially that triple overtime save number.
That's really hard to get to. You have to be playing a really offensively minded team or go an incredible length of time.
Ooh, nice steal.
On net from Myers, a shot, and crashing into the net, she scores herself, but the puck is kept out.
That was a great play right there. The ability to take the puck from the pass and just be able to go forward. The Blades need to do more of that and try to steal the pucks more on passes across the ice like that.
Blades not ready for this as they'll send out, yeah. I tried to reference as much of the music as possible. The DJ has to get some love. Michelle Ing in the center dot. She'll fall on the puck and Myers comes in, but first to it will be Brikaliuk. Brikaliuk around the side. Webster switching places. She'll send it up and Ing will cut it off. Ing has Mercer on her back, giving up a lot in height. Mercer 5'8", Ing 5'2". And Brikaliuk, a 5'8" herself, will spin through the zone. Mercer again. Mercer over and across, looking to go to the center, but Caitlin Sperling is first to it. A 3-on-2 if the Blades hurry. Off the board, Stathopoulos can't reach it, and a big chance toward the net goes awry before it even starts. Kickham sends it around. The only one home is playing for Vanke. This one's taken back, and just offside is Aaron Kickham, waiting for Stathopoulos to come back. And eventually the Blades come back in onside to the net front, and Goldberg with another tap-in chance. Kickham a turnaround chance. Hacked it wide. Allen back for Brikaliuk. Cut off by Stathopoulos along the wall, and she'll send it around to the goal line. Brikaliuk again cuts to the center, losing control of the puck, and Megan Sperling just has to cede the line, and she's able to come out and bank it off the opposite side and come back in offside, and we'll stop play. With 13:57 to go, we remind you to get social with the CWHL. Follow at the CWHL on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Be sure to join the discussion for tonight's game. Only other action around the CWHL is Markham against Calgary, with Calgary currently holding a 2-1 lead at the last check. Turner losing control as she won it backward, and in comes Ued. Shimego stops it on a dime, and Leary will get it along the wall, nearly losing control before a pass gets cut off again. Sperling for Greaves. Greaves, a 1-on-2, and sends it back to a vacant corner where the changing Kikuchi comes on and makes the play. 13:28 to play. Turner falls, trying to keep this puck in. Along the wall, Leary takes it away. Leary winds and fires, stick saved, rebound chance for Turner, and she couldn't keep it on her stick.
She just missed that.
Not by much. attack cut off by Leary, and then further cut off by Giannino fresh off the bench. Leary backs into Array. That's Yue and Leary for Greaves. As Giannino crashing, this pass toward the middle is in the equipment of Kelly. Leary, now Greaves again, looking for a pass to the middle. She finds Brown. Brown winds and fires, and a stick stop by Minghu, and the Rays are free the other way. Here's Shin. Shin crashing in 2-on-2, and she'll run into Kikuchi, and the Japanese international sends it up for Giannino. Giannino with Avison behind her, looking for a shot blocked, another shot, blocker save, rebound, and Greaves couldn't pop it home, but the net comes off, and the Blades get an offensive zone faceoff.
That's really too bad. The Blades had a lot of offensive momentum there with the two shots on goals like that. They need more of those if they're going to win.
12:34 to play. Nicole Giannino will take the faceoff. 104 career games played for the Holy Cross Crusaders at Division III. The Crusaders will go Division I in a couple of years as they finally get the infrastructure in to house a D1 program. They will join Hockey East, where they will play against Turnpike Trophy rival Boston University.
Yeah, Holy Cross coming up to D1 is a huge jump and a great jump for all of the NCAA and Hockey East as well.
It's a big jump, especially with a continuation of the Turnpike Trophy rivalry, which, if you're not aware, think that it's a series between BU and Holy Cross as Webster cuts through the middle. And looking for a shot, Shimego can't handle it, but it pops wide. And now Woods behind the net. Hall working with Giannino, and Giannino swipes at it, is able to get it free just enough to keep it to the boards for Woods. Held in by Oliva. Now back for Woods again. Woods hammered toward the net, blocked in front, looked for a tip from the one parked in front, Gianniga. Now Hall again. Back for Avison. Crossing up a couple of defenders, poked to the boards though, and Chinan unable to get it clear, but her teammates are able to do that. Brakalia. Now Mercer. Mercer on net and wide, and Sperling gets it just to the blue line and kept in by the Rays. Brakalia spinning away, trying to find a teammate, unable to get it. Kittredge with Ing behind the play, can't get the pass off, and Brakalia cuts it off at the center stripe. So the Turnpike Trophy, as I'm continuing the story, is an ongoing year-long battle between Boston University and Holy Cross teams that compete across Division I sports, as the Blades are able to keep it in. And each team that wins a game in, say, soccer or basketball or field hockey gets a point. And at the end of the season, the school with the most points, and the Braves coming offside, that school with the most points gets to keep the trophy for the year. In the 2 years it's existed thus far, BU has won both. And now with women's hockey being added to the fold, as I make this roundabout about women's hockey, they're able to add another component to that trophy. Battle 4 in the neutral zone, and breaking free is Rose Oliva. The Red Wing Minnesota native sends it toward the net, and Shimego stops it. The Silver Lake Alberta native in her first CWHL action this season. Looking poised thus far, but a couple of breakdowns around her have put pucks on platters for the Rays. The Rays are having a bit of trouble trying to find out who they want on the ice for this faceoff.
I thought they were taking a timeout. The ref made the symbol for timeout, so.
Well, if you take long enough, then it acts as a timeout, but I guess we'll restart play anyway with the personnel they have out there. Sheenan sends it to the wall, and Kittredge will take it, gets it around one, and will find a waiting stick of a teammate. Now Aaron Kickham. Goldberg coming up ice at the blue line looking for it. It eventually gets to her, but by that time, the attack had been thwarted, as we're halfway through the game and halfway through the period on CWHL Live. We thank you for joining us from Lawrence Larson Rink in Winthrop, Massachusetts. Max Walpuff alongside Zach Walpuff as we shout out thanks to all the men and women in our technical and media crew tonight. Up ice come the Rays again, as here's Shin from Minghu, sends it on net and a block by Sato Kikuchi. Christina Brown will handle it along the wall. Now kick him again. She's hammered hard into the boards, and that will be a body checking penalty.
That was very clearly a body checking penalty.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of hard collisions in this game, but that is the first one that has been called by an official thus far, as it'll be 2 minutes on the clock.
Well, Boston now has 2 minutes with the player up, and so they really need to score on this. They really need, if they want to get back into this game, they really need to turn it around, and getting pucks on the net and people in front really help.
A few top scorers out there for the Blades as Turner is able to take this face-off. It's won backward by the Rays, but Greaves cuts it off, and the Blades get a chance to set up. Greaves cuts to the middle, Turner, and she whiffs on the shot as Cheenan had the stick check. Held in by Jordan Hampton. Low for Leary, cuts to the center, Greaves a shot, she scores! A power play strike for Greaves, it's 3-1.
Now that was a great play. She got the puck in the corner, she passed it up, and she made a little move and went low block the glove side and was able to put it home. A quick power play like that really can change the game for the Blades.
That is the second goal of the season for Greaves, the first of the night for the Blades, and they're back within 2 on the power play goal. Had an assist for Erin Kickham, her second this season, and her second point thus far this series. As the Blades have pulled back into this game, and at the center stripe, Leary now. Leary, the team's leading scorer last season with 16 points, losing control, and now Emma Woods comes crashing through with it. Woods to the center, Janiga, a shot, rides up a stick, and it takes an elevator to the second floor.
They elevated to the second floor.
I can't keep saying into the netting every time. I have to throw in a couple of ins and outs here and try to get a little chuckle. It happens. That's just how it goes. And elevator to the second floor was the first thing I thought of. Would you rather have me say escalator?
Who knows? Teleporter works too.
You're right, it does. Like, when do we get to the ride? This is the ride. On net, and Shimego with a stop. Rebound in front. Mercer can't tap it home. Shimego had her stick out. Now Ing battling with Mercer. The puck is under Ing as she emerges from the pile, and now Mercer tumbles on her own accord. Ing cuts her off, and Hall looking for Myers, but cutting her off is Bunton. Gets it eventually to Myers, but a scrum along the wall eventually squirts out for Caitlin Sperling. Caitlin Sperling stops up and now backhands it in as the Blades are looking for a change of defenders. 8:12 to play in the second period of action. 3-1 the Rays on top after a power play strike from Megan Greaves cut the lead to 2. Brown can't cut off Mercer. She'll cut to the middle, and Kikuchi with another sliding block. This one's sent out to the center ice and looking for Ing, but Janiga cuts it off. The Rays come back in on side. Christina Brown will take Ing all the way to the backboards. And Emma Woods cuts that off, and the Rays get a chance to set up. For Sheenan at left point. Instead thrown toward the net, and Shimego didn't have to stop that one. Ing off the wall, looking for Myers again, but Woods cuts it off. Brown and Ing teaming up to take it away. Myers now 1-on-2. She manages to get it past the vacant corner where Oliva will control.
There's a great steal that actually hit off of her skate and went all the way back to her own player.
Now Webster again as Brown loses a stick in the process. Kikuchi ties up the player in the middle. That was Janiga, who was able to stop the attack before it started. Sheenan cuts off by Sestopoulos. And back up ice come the Blades. Sestopoulos working over the line. A few players will head off for a change as Sestopoulos goes in alone. Sent toward the net, and Chuli had to be strong to that one to keep it out. The Rays coming into today's game at 2-1 after the shootout win yesterday. The Blades 0-4-0-1. And on net, and another goal for Webster. Sneaks it by the glove, and the 3-goal lead is restored.
That just beat her glove side. It just snuck right in there. Sometimes that happens as a goalie.
And sometimes you just have to tip your hat and say, you beat me. And on that chance, Brooke Webster beat Robin Shimego clean. Webster's second goal tonight. And Lauren Dahm is getting ready on the bench. It looks like she's going to come in relief.
It's really hard as a goalie when you make your first ever professional start to be taken off like that.
And most of the goals aren't really her fault, but that one beat her clean. And with a lead at 4-1, Casey Brugman looking to jumpstart the Blades.
Sometimes a change in goalie is just what the doctor ordered. And you get a re-energize and a revamped team going out.
And Dom starting last night's contest, making many saves in the process in the shootout loss, getting the Blades their first standings point. The plan was to have Shimego go today's game, but that plan has since been going out the window. Much like most of sports, you can plan all you want, but you better be ready to improvise. As Dom sees her first bit of action go wide of her crease, and Megan Greaves sends it for Kate Leary across the zone. Leary pulls up, now Greaves again. Greaves toward the net, but unable to get a clean shot off. Courtney Turner can't get to it, and the Rays able to clear it up, but Megan Sperling cuts it at the red line. Sperling gets a bit of a whack at the blue line, now back for Greaves. Leary calling for it as she crashes to the middle. A penalty coming up on Vanke. Dom is heading toward the bench, extra attacker coming on Aaron Hall, on net and stopped by Chuli. 5:40 to play, and the Blades are heading back to their power play. They are 1 for 2 so far tonight.
I believe they called her for holding, which I don't think was the right call.
Well, what do you think was the right call?
It was either going to be tripping or body checking. It sounded like a very hard hit into the boards.
Well, it'll be IVUA, a Team China product as well, a 5'5" forward, as she heads into the box. Hall and the Blades set up their power play. Ing, low again, looking for Ing on the backhand. Now back to the corner boards. Hall keeps it in. Held in for Brown. Brown at center point, trying to get back in Ing. Ing poked away from her, but Brown is there with Hall. Hall fakes. Hall waiting for a shooting lane to develop, passes for Brown. Michelle Ing cuts to the middle, down low, and a shot. Score, maybe? Yes, it is!
And what a celly on that goal.
The net came off briefly, and Elaine Chuli is not happy about it, but it's 4-2.
That was a fantastic celebration. You got to give her props for that. But that was a great passing play to wait for her the opportunity for a goal to come out. And they just waited and passed and passed and passed. Finally found an opening, and it hit a high blocker side.
Now Megan Myers getting credit for that goal. The captain of this Blades team has this lead once again. Jordan Hampton back with it as the Blades again playing with a 2-goal disadvantage, but it's better than 3. Hampton on the far side will poke it ahead, looking for Caitlin Sperling. It eventually gets to her, and the Blades come back in the offensive zone. Michelle Ing with it toward the net front and kicked away by Elaine Chuli. A few chinks in the armor showing up with Elaine Chuli, and most of them from close shots. Chances are off rebounds, and Myers again, the latest goal scorer for Boston, can't control this pass, and the Rays come up 4-on-2 if they hurry with it. Webster back for Woods, a shot high of Dom. Dom yet to really get into the groove of today's action. The clearance bid goes from Myers as the Rays are in the process of a change. And Kickham carries it in offside as the poke check at the blue line was enough to disrupt the attack. 4:18 to play. Megan Myers with the last goal for Boston to make it 4-2. 4 minutes to play. And Casey Brugman will roll out Kickham, Goldberg, and Stathopoulos. Stathopoulos has been flying tonight for the Blades. Stathopoulos, a rookie out of Waltham, Massachusetts, a 13th round pick by these Blades in the past draft. Chelsea Goldberg brings it up. And who can't get it out is Stathopoulos again on the puck. Megan Sperling manages to find Kelly Kittredge, but she'll only find the waiting stick of Ming Hu. Now back for Kittredge again after keeping it away. Gets it into the equipment of Shin. Gets it away. Stathopoulos can't control this one. Kelly pinching in, able to hold it in momentarily, as now Ming Hu along the wall. Stathopoulos gives her a bit of a shove. Now Shin. Kittredge pokes it farther back, and she'll have a little bit of time back behind her net as the Rays execute a change. Flipped out of the zone, and Aliva ends up at her feet, and the Blades hard charging it, trying to get it forward. Brown Stathopoulos with Mercer behind her, Mercer taking it away. on a true back check. Mercer again over the line onside. Gets around Megan Sperling, but ridden to the boards. Oliva, and she'll fling it toward the net. Dom with her first save of the night, an easy kick save with no traffic in front of her. Brikaliuk. And a 6-car pile up now. Officials asking them to move it soon enough. Still waiting on someone to move it, and Brikaliuk finally gets it out of the pile, and then another pile will ensue behind the net before Megan Sperling makes quick work of this one, spinning away from pressure, and a few players tied up as she cuts through the middle, and now crashing down on the play as well. No call coming. The Rays getting some extended zone time here as Sheenan's shot is blocked by Stathopoulos. Kaylee Mercer. Mercer again, drifting, now finds Sheenan center point, kicked out by Dom. Rebound, she couldn't see it, and sent along the wall. The referee will stop play. She has lost sight of it. 2:10 to go. Another net mouth scramble, this time in front of Lauren Dom, and Blades fortunate to still be down only 2.
And Dom had to literally go out and do full splits for that to get her legs on both ends of the pipe so that the puck didn't go through.
And Dom also a little slow to get up. Lauren Dom, a second-year goaltender out of Baldwinsville, New York, proud product of the Clarkson University program. A little slow to get up, but she'll shake off her equipment and she'll stay in there. Leary set to take this face off until she's thrown out, and Courtney Turner will step in. Turner does win this one back, and Dom has to stick this one to the corner boards, where Greaves will control with Brown. Brown hit hard to the ice by Woods. Back for Greaves again. Greaves, one of 2 goal scorers for Boston, losing control to Webster. 1 of 4 for the Rays, sent on net, and Woods again, and this one hits a pile up in front. A penalty coming up on Vanke maybe, and Dom crashing to the post herself. Now both officials have arms up, and the Blades are
wondering what's going on right now. I think we all are, kind of.
I think there's a little bit of curiosity as to what the call is, whether there's multiple. And it looks like Sato Kikuchi of the Boston Blades is going to head off for Boston. And it looks like matching minors as Emily Janiga will head off for the Rays as well. It's roughing for Janiga. So 4-on-4 play coming up for 2 minutes, as each team will lose a bit of power and strength. And coming off to make it 4-on-4 is Aaron Hall for Boston. A bit more open ice here. The players with speed are of a premium, as Brikaliuk has to go all the way back onto her side at the table after Woods won the face-off a little too cleanly. Mercer hammered toward the net and wide as Dom was out to challenge and had every angle covered. Turner off the boards and off the glass and out. This will be icing when Brikaliuk gets there. Wide open ice here with Woods. Now Brikaliuk and Mercer. I don't know what that was about. Now Mercer sent toward the center and it banks off the skates of Leary on a hammering shot by Brikaliuk. For Mercer again. A lot of ice in front of her. Greaves cutting her off, and the pass tips off of Greaves' blade. And back for the Rays again. Ends up in the equipment of Bunton, who has 2 goals tonight for Vanke. Brikaliuk. As the penalties dip down to under 60 seconds soon enough, but 53 seconds left in the period. The penalties will bleed over into the third period of action. Brikaliuk sent toward the net, off the side of the net, and on net, and another one for Mercer. Kaylee Mercer beating her fellow Clarkson product to make it 5-2.
That was a great pass right there to be able, and then find somebody in the middle, and then great shot to go high glove side and leave the goalie left to dry.
Brikaliuk with her 3rd point of the night as Kaylee Mercer gets her third goal this season, the Exeter, Ontario native, the team leader in points 3 times with the Clarkson Golden Knights, moves back into the tie with the lead with Hannah Bunton with 6 points this season. First round pick, 7th overall by Vanke, their first draft pick. Back on net, and Brown will chase it down, and icing still. 39 seconds left in the penalties, 26 seconds left in the second period, as the Blades' momentum on their power plays has not translated to even strength chances. Michelle Ing standing ready for the faceoff. Eventually, Brooke Webster comes to join her. And Webster pushes one forward, but Sperling off the draw gets a chance on net.
That was a set play right there to be able to win the faceoff like that and find somebody behind the play to be able to come in and take the puck and shoot.
Webster toward the net, stopped by Dom. The puck was just lying there as Brown was first to it. Sent back around, and Webster will control. Just a few seconds left of time in this period, and it looks like it'll end 5-2 in favor of the Rays. End of 40 minutes, the Rays still lead 5-2 with a couple of power play goals for Boston being the times that got them on the board.
Yeah, Boston seems to not defensively not be as succinct as they have been in recent games.
And a bit of a team powwow at center ice as the Rays head off first, but Boston needing a big comeback here heading into this third period of action. When we come back, we will have a player and fan interview, but for right now, we'll take a quick break. You're watching CWHL Live, empowered by Hilberg and Burke.
I think how it benefits the league is that it continues our mission of creating opportunities for women internationally. And you know, the CW also has a mandate to help grow the game in different ways. And so for us to be able to help the national team for 2022, the Beijing Olympics, is another opportunity for us to do exactly what we said many years ago when we said, you know, we believe that women's hockey is only going to grow if you put key people in places and professional people in places where those skills can be enhanced by playing with the best. And so when you see some of these North American and European players playing on the new Chinese Kumla team, you are going to see those players get better. And we see it all the time. Like Japan just won the Worlds in their division. 4 or 5 of them play in our league, and they're phenomenal, and I think they took that back. So I think it not just changes our league, I think it changes leagues across the world.
Toronto goal scored by number 25, Tessa Bonhomme.
is. Montreal, your reign is over. Blades of Glory. Boston, you've won the Clarkson Cup.
Now Fortino across the blue line. She's got her head looking at the net. Oh, and she beats Levante with that one. For Laura Fortino, that's her first goal in the CWHL.
First time in Calgary Inferno franchise history, they are Clarkson Cup champions.
Tell me what you're thinking, are you even listening? I'm afraid of wasting this daylight. I'm already growing into the unknown. Here we are supposing it's alright. Maybe right here, maybe right now. I can be anything. I'm ready to go. I think I'm ready to be. I think I'm ready to show that I'm no ordinary. I think I'm ready to know. Don't need the world to believe. Right now I'm ready to show that I'm no You can keep your reasons. We're the real dreamers and we can figure it all out. We can figure it all out for ourselves. I don't wanna wake up. I don't wanna wake up staring at a sunrise that I don't believe in. I think I'm ready to go. I think I'm ready to be. I think I'm ready to show that I'm
Welcome back to CWHL Live from Lawrence Larson Rink. It's 5-2 Vancouver Rays over the Boston Blades. I'm here with one of the goal scorers for Boston, Megan Myers. Megan, walk me through the play.
We got a power play late in the period. They're pretty passive on the PK, so we kind of moved around up top, had a couple chances, and then Inger got the puck off the wall, passed it on to me, and I knew I needed to take the lane, so I took it and just shot a little bit above the goal line.
And a pretty hardcore celebration as well.
Well, it's kind of funny because our line has a bunch of chances every single game, and we've been talking about like practicing our celebrations. And I think I'm a big celly person, so I was like, you know what, if we're gonna do it, we got to go hard. So it was a good one. Swipe the ice.
Now your team's down 5-2 heading into this third period. What do you have to do to try to mount a comeback?
I think we had a really good period, actually. Tons of chances. The momentum was going in our favor, and I just feel like we need to bury our chances. We had tons of shots. We just got to get past her, and I think it's going to be a pretty interesting third period.
Does it help that you've faced Elaine Shuley before, having been she was at the University of Connecticut?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of people in the locker room are talking about her strengths and weaknesses. Kind of helps having that little bit of a scouting report before we head out. She's a good goaltender, so we just got to get past her on this one.
All right, thank you, Megan, for your time, and we'll be right back on CWHL Live with a fan interview when we come back on CWHL Live.
Sanderson passes it to Westfall, takes a shot, and it's a no goal. Westfall passes it to Sanderson, who passes it to Bobby Orr.
Tried a shot that was wide, and Keenan cleared it, but not out. Bobby Orr behind the net to Sanderson. Orr! Bobby Orr! To the Boston Bruins! Up to center and coming in as Lou. Gildendyke centered it. McDonough scores! Matty McDonough! 5-10 left to play in the second. Here's Lemieux. His center penalty coming out. Look at Lemieux! Oh my heavens! What a goal! What a move! Lemieux! Oh baby! Here's a shot. Henderson made a wild stab towards Feld. Here's another shot. Right in front. They score! Henderson has scored for Canada.
And the crowd goes wild.
Welcome back to CWHL Live. I'm standing here with Allie. Allie, how old are you?
10.
10. And is this your first Blades game?
No.
How many have you been to?
3.
And you play hockey as well, you were telling me. What position do you play?
Center.
Do you score a lot of goals?
Kind of.
When you score, do you celebrate?
Yes.
Now, what are you enjoying your time at today's game?
Yes.
What have you enjoyed the most tonight?
Working at the front.
Thank you, Allie, for your time. Another great fan. The CWHL Live would not be anywhere where it is today without its fans. We'll be right back with the third period on CWHL Live, empowered by Hilberg and Burke.
Like people, businesses have their journey, their path, sometimes straight, but more often evolving, growing, and adapting. And like people, businesses' needs change, creating the need for knowledge in areas like accounting, consulting, and tax. Areas critical to your continued growth and success, all part of the journey, and all part of what we do together with you. So that when your business has arrived, it's ready to keep going. MNP, wherever business takes you.
Home is not just something you can see or touch. Home is a feeling. It's the place where you feel safe to have those little moments that mean everything. At ADT, we believe that feeling should always be there. Whether it's at your house or your business, we help keep you safe so you can have those moments that make you feel at home. Wherever you are.
Welcome back to the CWHL Live action, empowered by Hilberg and Burke. Max Walpuff alongside Zach Walpuff, and Zach, 13 seconds of 4-on-4 time bleeding into this third period, where Vanke leads 5-2. The Blades getting 2 great goals on power plays this period.
They sure have. They got 2 really great goals because of really great passing plays that really took a little bit to develop, but sometimes on the power play that needs to happen to find the right angle for you to shoot the puck.
Myers talked about how good they have been in getting chances in our intermission interview. What do the Blades need to do to bury those chances and come back in this game with just 20 minutes to go?
Well, more power plays would be a start.
That would always be good. Always good to have a good power up. It's like a mushroom in Mario.
Exactly. If you can draw more penalties, that's always an added bonus to your team. But if not, then you need to put more pucks on the net. You need to put more bodies in front. You need to be able to win those battles in front of the net. And you need to hit home those pucks.
And Elaine Chuley with many great saves in that second period, with plenty of chances going both ways for both teams. And huge advantages now for Vanke coming in. Lauren Dahm coming in to replace Robin Shimego, who left her first start in the CWHL, having given up 4 of the 5 goals.
Well,
it's tough.
It is. When you're a goalie and it's your first ever professional game like this, and to be pulled from it, it's really, really difficult. It takes a toll on your psyche, and you're just, like, worried going into the next game. But you need to be able to bounce back and recover from that for the sake of the team.
And Dom looks to be coming out to start here in this third period, whereas the Rays, they've got a 3-goal cushion to their name right now. What do they need to do to keep it?
Well, they can't just sit back and let the Blades do whatever they want. If that happens, then it's going to be a 5-5 game, and it's going to be really, really weird to see that, and just be because Vanku's played a great game so far, and if Vanku wants to win, they just need to continue their pressure that they've had.
We'll take you back to ice level now, where the Blades are just about set to go. Lauren Dahm has indeed led the Blades out to start the third period of action here on CWHL Live. The Blades with 39 shots on goal through 2 periods. The Rays with 31, but the Rays have buried 5 of their chances. The Blades have only had 2 go their way. Here come the Rays. Goal scorers for Vanke: Hannah Bunton with 2 goals, Kaylee Mercer with a goal. Adding one is Brooke Webster as well as Ashley Bracaliuk. Whereas for the Rays, it's been Megan Myers and Megan Greaves. Megan Myers, her 4th year in the CWHL out of Las Vegas, Nevada. She won the Clarkson Cup as a rookie with these Blades, and she played 104 career games at Utica College.
Hey, what do you know? The Knights already had an impact.
Yes, the Vegas Golden Knights, the latest expansion team to the NHL. But Myers has been playing hockey long before that was even a dream in the Foley's mind. Just about set to start the third period as Ing will lean back in with Webster. And this one's one back for Vanke, but diving after it is Ing. He'll lose her stick in the process. First to this tip puck will be Sperling, tries to cut back, and Woods cuts that one off. Myers cutting off Woods. And early on, a bit of a jump as the penalties expire. We're back at even at full strength 5-on-5. Michelle Ing will fly in on the fresh sheet of ice. Pulls up and toward the middle, taken down by 2 Rays as Webster emerges from the pile with it. Webster and a Ray without a stick as she will come to the bench and another player will replace her on the ice. Janiga cut off in front and Brown will take it away. Just getting underway here in the third period from Lawrence Larson Rink in Winthrop, Massachusetts. Caitlin Sperling is first to it behind the net as the Blades are in onside on the dump in. Broken stick in the corner as Sperling spins away and avoids it. Turner along the wall, getting away from Mercer, but not before, who takes it away, and Mercer brings it back up. Bunton with 2 goals already as Dom pokes it to the corner. Bunton along the wall, run to the ditch by Greaves. Now Hall and Megan Greaves with it now. Greaves playing up for Courtney Turner, poking it ahead. Greaves flying in after it to the side and shot on net in the crease for Chuli to cover, and we'll have a stop.
That was a great play to be able to come down the ice like that, just poking the puck along, hoping that you can get it. It really doesn't work all too well, but here it did.
And especially with as limited real estate as Megan Greaves had to put it into the blue paint and allow Turner to battle for it. The Blades have come out with some energy here in this third period. There's Chelsea Goldberg looking for a chance toward the net now. She'll find Erin Kickham, an assistant captain with these Blades. Now Goldberg for Kickham again. Kickham cuts to the middle, hauled down on the play, and there will be no penalty. Kelly Kittredge will chase after this one. The Mahwah, New Jersey native, the product of Brown University, a 7th-round pick by Boston in this past draft. Taken up and now along the wall, Ming Hu will push it to Shin. Shin down the right side toward the net, and Dom covers this one. Dom takes a swig of water. The second-year goaltender out of Baldwinsville, New York, was a 12th-round pick by Boston in the 2016 draft. A lot of rounds in the CWHL draft with just now 7 teams in the league, and Boston and the Kunlun and Vanke built a lot of their teams through that draft this past year.
Well, when you have when you have 2 expansion teams like that, you really need to have a large draft so you can actually get players who will play for you instead of having players be drafted and end up not playing.
Well, the Vanke Rays are staffed entirely of CWHL rookies drafted in this past year's draft by either them or Kunlun Red Star. Here's UA throwing it forward. Sheena Brown will be first to it, but taking it away along the boards is Jiang Bowen. Back for Brikaliuk. I seem to be calling her name every other shift because she's out there almost every other shift.
She really has been playing a lot today.
And she played a lot yesterday as well. The 3 and 4 structure, she'll need that day of rest tomorrow. Brikaliuk with it once again. Pokes along, and Woods will take it for Avison. Taking it away from Avison now. Avison falls, trying to get it just out, and the Rays are offside on the play. Fans, be sure to connect with the CWHL online. Follow at the CWHL on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and join the discussion for today's game. One of 2 games in action today with Calgary and Markham, the other game. But here on CWHL Live, Max Walpuff alongside Zach Walpuff. It's a family affair up here in the press box. Sent for the net, Michelle Ng knocks this one down as Myers will take it. One of 2 goal scorers for Boston, flies up ice, down the left side toward the net, banks off of a body in front, and the rebound is corralled by the defense in front.
There's a great pass right there to find somebody in front after going down that end of the ice.
Jordan Hampton and Aaron Hall will play catch with it in their D zone. Michelle Ng from Myers. Poked up into the body of UA, who will push it forward. Webster again. Webster spinning away, cuts to the center and over the crossbar. Dom had the lower half of the net taken away.
That was a great defensive play to be able to get down and give her almost nothing to shoot at.
Dom does a good job of filling the net and plugging the holes where the shooter might be able to take it. Cut off by Myers on the pass, and Caitlin Sperling will rush up with it. Sperling will fling it down the ice and head for a change as Courtney Turner heads in after it. Turner sent back to the blue paint, and Chuli will put a stop to this at 15:53 in the third.
So far, the Blades have come out with a lot of energy and have been really showing that by getting good shots on net and making good, clean passes throughout the neutral zone. If they continue this, then they're going to look. They will look a lot better, and they will have something to take out of this more.
And remember, these teams will face off against each other Tuesday night as this shot comes and is taken to the side. Shot from Taryn Harris. Myers off the ice, and that was Greaves, 17, not 15. Turning the puck over, and up come the Rays. Shin on net and blocked away by Dom. Here's Oliva pinching in. Harris cuts it off at the side, and Turner takes it for Kittredge, who passes back for Turner. Again through the center of the ice, it's Greaves. She'll flick it in after getting the red line, banks it off the dasher boards, and around the Rays will keep it. Flying up ice on nearly a 2-line pass through the center. And cut off in Stathopoulos, banks it off the boards and will chase. First to it is UA. Now Brown and the Blades are offside. Just unable to clear the zone from the last play. And as Boston will play Vanke again on the back end of Boston's trip through China on December 19th and 20th. And it'll be one of 4 games on mainland China for the Blades, as they will also face Kunlun Red Star in a 2-game series prior to that. Sent through the middle of the ice. And the Rays keep it going. Mercer thrown toward the net and sent wide of Dom. Brikaliuk again, further proving my point that she's out there almost every other shift. And Kikuchi banks it off her equipment, can't get it out of the zone for Kuliak again. Goldberg off the wall and unable to hold it, but keeping it just along the line was UA. Goldberg with a 2-on-1 with Stathopoulos. Goldberg finds some space, and Chuli shut the door.
Yeah, she looked past, but the pass option was just shut down there, and so she had to shoot the puck.
Yeah, great back check there to cut off the pass to Casey Stathopoulos. Stathopoulos, I don't know if you're seeing the same thing as I am, but I think she's been one of the Blades' best players without a point tonight.
She surely has. She's also had a lot of speed, making a lot of good passes tonight as well.
Giannino, it banks off her skate into the blue paint. Chuli plays it to the wall. And Janiga cut off at Avison, her opposite counterpart, number 4. Webster taken out of the play by Hampton. Giannino, hard collision at the blue line. The Rays are offside as a result.
I really thought that was going to be another body checking penalty.
You know, I think both parties were a little bit at fault crashing into each other, but what do we know? We're not on the ice.
That is very true.
Michelle Ng with Webster now, and Webster pushes this one back for the defense, but Janiga, the right winger, will take it instead. Here's Lauren Kelly with it. Kelly, a Milton, Ontario product out of Dartmouth. The 11th round pick by these Rays. Blades get it out of the zone. They'll have to tag up, and Hall will send it around. Shuley barking out instructions to Kelly as here's Janiga. Now for Ng, and sent up the ice for Webster. Webster cuts to the middle, sent toward the net and kicked aside by the sliding screen of Woods. Ng with it, she'll cut back to the center with some open space ahead of her and gets around a bit of the defense and will come over the red line for Caitlin Sperling. And they shin. They shin around, taking it away is Sperling from Myers. Now Sperling again. Now Harris calling for it. She finds some space, sent toward the net. Turner, it ends up in her knees, and she'll take it away. Back to the center. Turner throws it on net off the padding of Myers, and Shuley couldn't see that one with Myers standing in front. Harris has to see the line, and the Blades dump it back in and get a change on the fly.
Again, they got bodies in front of the net and were able to take that shot and had a legitimate chance to score a goal there.
Back now, Greaves looking to take it away. Harris, and Shuley is down. Stoppage of play as Shuley slow to get up in the blue paint, and also the net is off its pegs again.
The net teams keep seeming to do that.
As you get a look at Elaine Shuley, and Shuley still has her University of Connecticut mask on, but the back plate on the back has the logo of the Vanke Rays.
Well, I mean, getting a goalie mask is very expensive. So.
Yeah, you're right about that. Turner wins his face-off back. Christina Brown will take it lower. Throws toward the net and across the blue paint. Shuley didn't get a good read on it, but it went past her with no harm done. Turner on her side of the table flips it for Brown. Brown loses control, and Bunton gets it for Mercer. Mercer with Berkaliuk breaking to the net. Mercer cuts off, with Kikuchi harassing her. Berkaliuk again as Turner staples her hard to the boards. An engagement ensues. Berkaliuk comes out with it, getting away from Greaves. Sent on net, and Dom will stop it. Kikuchi will ring it around. Leary will chase, and Leary sends it through the middle for Greaves, and she'll fly up the ice with Turner. Greaves through some players, and Sheenon taking it away, and Greaves canvassing into the boards. Another fly up ice for the Blades, starting all the way in their defensive zone, but those 200-foot rushes have come into play a lot with Boston's game today.
It's like it was their game plan today.
And Stathopoulos now along the wall, losing this battle with the Rays. Woods can't control, and the Blades keep it in the zone. For Goldberg, backhand chance. Stathopoulos can't bunt it home.
That pass was just way too high, but she needed to get it high and elevated because of the sticks on the ice.
Webster through the middle. Stathopoulos again taking it away. Goldberg calling for it as she's got speed through the right side of the ice. Goldberg throwing in, and a blocker saves Stathopoulos a chance. Blocked before it could get through.
That was a lucky rebound chance that she had. It was wide open that she could not hit home.
Janiga in a 2-on-2 for the Rays off the post, and another rebound goal for the Rays. 6-2.
Again, the Blades have seemed to not been very good at clearing the rebounds after the initial shot was taken.
It is Emily Janiga with her first today and her first of the season, the Buffalo, New York native. 141 career games played at Mercyhurst. 3 NCAA tournaments, 2 Frozen Fours, and a top 3 on team scoring all 4 years. Now playing for the Rays. Gets the 6th goal of the night, and that good start to the period for the Blades comes for nothing. Along the side, Minghu takes it in. Co-captain of these Rays ends up in the skates of Nicole Giannino, and will send to the boards for Cassandra Sherman. Along the wall and back, and Kelly Kittredge can't control the bounce. She'll have to concede to her side of the table with Taryn Harris. Harris cutting to the middle, and Minghu keeps it in. And a chance for Shin, although along the wall, Kittredge and Sherman team up to take it to the blue line. Sent toward the net and blocked by Giannino by a high stick. Ruled below her shoulders so the Blades can play. Sherman off her backhand and down deep into the zone. Avison rushing in. Giannino behind her with Avison around the net. Crashing to the middle. Giannino was on the wrong side. Kikuchi and a power play coming for the Rays as Mercer gets sent down to the ice.
That was a really good takedown, but this is not WWE.
You're
this
right,
is ice hockey.
It'll be a holding call on the Blades, and they'll head to yet another penalty kill. 10:19 to play as the Blades are running out of time to mount a comeback today.
Hopefully, if they kill this penalty off, they could gain some energy from the penalty kill.
And that typically happens with a successful kill, especially a good one. Brikaliuk now for Woods. Brikaliuk center point for Mercer. Mercer will send it low, and the Rays continue trying to set up their power play, looking for a shooting angle, but an aggressive PK for Boston is keeping Vanke from taking a shot on net so far. Mercer for Brikaliuk, back from Mercer. Ing all over her, and Myers all over Brikaliuk, but chance for Woods, kicked out by Dom. Brown with it off her backhand. Woods holds it in. And sent on net and stopped. Rebound stopped again by Dom. Webster and Mercer teaming up. Mercer now. Now Brikaliuk again. Trying to find an angle as Woods, and kicked out by Dom. The net moved a little bit, but it's now taken out of the zone off the stick of Megan Myers, and Mercer will control. The Blades get a chance to change. Myers all over Mercer, and Mercer has to come back all the way into her zone and bank it off the boards. Minghu now cut off at the red line. Now hard collision along the boards right in front of us, and Turner is down. This will be a penalty on Vanke as Turner is slow to get up but manages to get to her skates.
She also was checking for blood to see if anything hit.
Now Kaylee Mercer will head into the box after drawing the penalty to put the Rays on the power play. She takes a body checking penalty of her own to negate the power play. And it'll be 51 seconds of 5-on-4 time before the Blades get an abbreviated power play. The first 4-on-4 tonight did not result in a goal for the Rays, I should say. Kicked out by Chuli on a chance from Leary. Turner again. Turner keeping it, but losing control to Shin, and it's a breakup for the Rays, but Shin is only able to dump it ahead. Dom tees it up for Jordan Hampton. Now Leary a chance up at the ice. Oliva cuts her off, but the Rays are unable to control, and over and across on side is Leary with Greaves, but on the back check, Minghu takes it away. Turner, everyone calling for the puck. Hampton a chance, Howitzer a chance. Crashing into Chuli goes Leary, and now Chuli grabbing at her head, and this could be a problem for Vanke. Leary came crashing in looking for a tip-in toward the net, and it looks like the power play that was coming is no longer going to come. Kate Leary being escorted into the penalty box. As Chuli getting a sip of water will put her mask back on and will resume play. It'll be 13 seconds of 4-on-3 before another 1 minute and 22 seconds on the other penalty to Mercer, as the officials are discussing something. Can you hear anything, Zach?
I sadly cannot. I stuck my head out of the press box to see if I can hear anything, and sadly, it's too loud in here with all the music going on.
Maybe apparent goaltender interference, as Megan Myers getting an explanation from one of the referees. Now Casey Brugman will get a similar explanation as well. Brugman in his first year head coach. He is a product of Curry College. Farthest he went up in the hockey world was with the Columbus Cottonmouths of the Southern Professional Hockey League, who have changed their playoff format to something rather innovative. Have you heard about this, Zach?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, it's the playoff challenge round where the number one team gets to pick their opponent for the first round, followed by the number 2 team picking and the 3rd team and the 4th team. I think it's a great idea.
As do I, but at the same time, if you lose, you kind of look like you look really foolish.
Fault. It's your own fault at that point. I was speaking to a couple of friends, and one of them said, well, the NHL should do this because their format's a hot mess. Brikaliuk is a 4-on-3 starts, but it'll be negated in 3 seconds when a player returns for the Blades. A hard shove along the boards and a shove in front of the net, and this one's going to go against Vanke.
Wow. This is a penalty-filled period, and we're not even 8 minutes left.
Well, heading into the box will be a Vanke player, and I guess that power play is going to come after all for the Blades, but it'll only last 12 seconds. So we're going to have 4-on-4 for 1:08.
No, 4-on-3.
Oh, 4-on-3? Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry.
So there is a power play to be had by the Blades.
No, it is right now with 1:08 left as Jordan Hampton steps up for Kickham. Aaron Kickham to the front. Greaves had a 6x4, couldn't corral the puck, and back up ice comes Vanke shorthanded. Webster pulls up, waits for reinforcements, cuts to the middle. Brikaliuk a chance. Pass was beyond her. Looking for the pass away was Greaves and Myers. Now Kelly. Now for Kickham. Couldn't control as Webster keeps it at center ice. Skating over the Winthrop Vikings logo. She'll find teammate sticks, and 33 seconds left in the penalty. That'll keep this at a 4-on-4 for a few more seconds.
As someone lost a stick.
And Brikaliuk now behind the net. Brikaliuk with plenty of open ice ahead of her. Enough time for the morning paper. Back down in front, Aaron Hall with plenty of time for a cup of coffee. Pass of Sugar over to Brown. Brown will pull up at the line and wait for a clean zone entry. She has it in Caitlin Sperling. Sperling hits a divot in the ice and falls. Michelle Ing holds it in at the line. Ing whiffs on one pass. Mercer is out of the box. 33 seconds of 4-on-4. Michelle Ing cuts around, sent to the middle. Sperling couldn't control that one. Woods, a back pass, and the Rays will calmly control out of center, but this one is sent all the way down. Mercer will be not the first one to it. Brown barely beating her out in the official's estimation. Faceoff will come all the way down with a tired penalty-killing crew for Vanke. Fans, be sure to connect with the CWHL online follow at the CWHL on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and join the discussion for tonight's game. 6:49 to play in this third period, with the Rays up 6-2 on the Boston Blades. As you see, Ashley Brikaliuk with 3 points tonight, factoring in on 3 of Vanke's goals. Now, seconds are running off the clock. Leary is out of the box. Another short power play for Boston, but this one will not be a whole lot of anything as it's banked off the board. And in 5 seconds, the final penalty will expire. Hopefully, Sheenan sends it on net. And we're finally back at even at full strength 5-on-5. That took a while.
It really did.
Cutting it off, sending it on net for Dom. She'll kick it out. And Hampton assisting in the effort. Mercer back for Sheenan, sent on net. And weak enough for Turner to glove it down as a couple players crash in front. Sent on net, and a shoulder save for Dom to keep it out.
That was a great save right there. That he used her elbow like that to get the puck up and out.
Jordan Hampton has her arm and leg tied up and eventually finds support in Courtney Turner. Aaron Kickham up the ice. Kickham just over the line. Greaves gets around one. Can't get around a second one. Hammering it around. Getting it for Leary. The Blades are trying to change with a long change here with their bench on the opposite side of the ice. Greaves. Giannino crashing in, but Greaves can't find the lane for her. Back for Leary. Leary toward the net. Giannino a chance, and it just goes wide.
That was a great play right there to be able to take the pass and try to shoot it on net like that.
And
Giannino, right
Giannino,
there too.
After a shove from Leary, nearly got a tip and held in barely by Sherman for Giannino behind her.
The pass was just behind her.
Not by much, as Nicole has come off the bench and is flying for her chances. Stopped at the blue line by Brown, and just enough to pull the Rays off sides. And next game will be Tuesday night against the Israelis, the final game of this 3-game set. And the Blades in danger here of falling 0-2 in the set, and 0-4, 0-0, and 0-5. Live losses, 1 in the shootout. And they're in danger of dropping yet another one here. Seeing who will cross paths and take it around to the left side. Kittredge cuts her off, and back at the top, it'll come for the Braves. Banks off the glass and out, and Shin corrals it deep in her own zone. Giannino keeping it in momentarily before Megan Sperling, Caitlin's sister, keeps it in. Kittredge for Goldberg. Now Kickham gets around 1, can't get around a second. Goldberg crashing in a backhand chance, and Chuli with a stop.
That was a great pickup right there by the Blades player to be able to take the loose puck and get it through and take a shot on net.
Chelsea Goldberg out of Agora Hills, California. Don't let her low point totals fool you. She's been around the block a lot with the professional world and the collegiate world. Held in at the line temporarily by Hall, and it's a 2-on-1 break for Mercer and Bunton. For Bunton, a chance for the hat trick, and it's stopped by Dom.
She held onto the puck a little too long there. She had a wide open net, but as the goalie came across, she just couldn't get it there earlier.
Held in momentarily, and here are the Rays. Brokaliuk a shot kicked out by Dom. Goldberg is first to the puck in the middle of the ice. Can't get around Brokaliuk, and now Kickham comes in support. Will get it back for Hall, who will find Jordan Hampton. 3:30 left to play here in this third period of action. The Blades running out of time to mount a comeback. Michelle Ng will fly through the ice toward the net and stopped by Chuli. A rebound chance goes nowhere with the defense swooping it up.
Sometimes some players will take a shot in on net from the top of the point and try to get the rebound like what she just did right there.
And Dom will stop this one with her glove to put a stoppage in play with 3:13 to play. And as we've gone through today's game, the Blades have a bit of a commotion on the Rays bench causes a distraction, but the Blades trying to execute a change, and they're unable to do so. Change came too late. But now they have the wrong personnel for the face-off, as coming in to take it will be Christina Brown. Brown loses this one and thrown toward the net, blocked by Ng. And up for Myers, 2-on-1 if they hurry. Sperling breaking in. Myers toward the net, stopped by Chuli, controlling the rebound to her left and keeping it away from Sperling.
Again, she looked past, pass wasn't there, so you take the shot.
Yeah, but it was in the chest and unable for a good rebound. Sperling a chance now into the chest of Chuli. And a lot of saves like that for Chuli. Great positioning.
Again, another great pass, another great tip attempt. But as tips go, it takes a really long time to master the tip, and the tip doesn't go where you want it to all the time.
It's a fine art in the sport of hockey to get a good tip-in shot.
And that's why those who can do it really well get paid a lot of money.
Darn right. The Blades playing an aggressive forecheck with all 5 below the dot as Kittredge cedes the line to control the puck, but loses control. Now Turner, after it bounces around a couple of times, chance to go up ice with Leary. Leary at the line is bodied off the puck by Shin, and Turner will take it now. Kittredge a chance, well wide and high. Inhu with a chance through the middle of the ice, back up for Shin. Shin, now Webster a shot, and that'll be stopped.
That's a nice glove save right there. Glove saves, they tend to be overrated a lot by a lot of guys in the NHL, but a good glove save when you're a goalie is always something that you can go, hey, just made that glove save, and you feel really good about yourself for the rest of the game, no matter how you're doing.
And not just that, the glove save can also be great for the highlight reel with the windmills.
The windmills tend to be over-exaggerated more times than not, Max.
I know they're over-exaggerated, but they're still great for the reels.
Yes, very much so.
His shot goes nowhere, and it ends up with Greaves. Greaves with Leary. The 2 Boston College teammates come in offside.
Barely, though.
Yeah, not by much.
Her skate was not trailing behind as hard as she needed it to be onside.
Greaves, it's hard to draw her offside with her long legs and 5'9" frame, but that's what happened. Now in on his face-off and taking it away. Giannino tying up with Webster. If the Rays win it once again, as we're under 120 seconds to go in tonight's contest. Christina Brown pulls up and will head back up ice. Down the near side, she'll find Avison. Avison gets around a couple of players, but it only finds the stick of Lauren Kelly. Held in. Kikuchi couldn't hold it. Brown chasing it down. No icing. Was beating it out as Janiga. 1:30 to play. Webster along the wall. Held in. Giannino gets it away from Emily Gianniga and back up for Brown. Brown spinning away from pressure. Brown trying to lead the charge up the ice, will backhand it in, and she will head off for a change. Chelsea Goldberg first to it on the forecheck, but sent all the way down and over every line, and tips off of something, so no icing coming up, as Jordan Hampton will battle with Emma Woods. Into the final minute of play, and a 6-2 scoreline in favor of the visiting Vanke Rays. Another happy night for the Chinese contingency in the crowd. Taryn Harris, back pass away. And pops up along the wall. Harris will get it again, plays it down to herself before Berkalia crashes in. Mei Shin sends it on net. Hampton with an easy block of that one. Chelsea Goldberg banks it off the wall and finds Aaron Kickham. Kickham with Stathopoulos. Kickham will shoot, blocked away by Chuli. Stathopoulos once again with a chance. Goldberg a shot goes high over Chuli and kept in play. Blades not giving up on their last couple of chances here in the final minutes. Bunton through the center. Mercer in on a short breakaway, pulls Dom aside, and a tap-in chance for Berkalia.
Yeah, there was really no chance that the goalie had of stopping that. She was laid out all across the ice.
That's her second goal and her 4th point tonight, as Ashley Berkaliuk, an easy pick for first star tonight in a 7-2 win. 3.8 seconds to go, and they'll drop the puck and just play out the string. Puck is down. Berkaliuk wins the faceoff back, and that will do it for the 3rd period.
I don't think she won that faceoff, Max. I think that was a shot. That was planned. It's hard to tell that sometimes.
Yeah, it's tough to tell that sometimes, but it's a 7-2 scoreline for the Vanke Rays. That's the game. Vanke takes this one by a final score of 7-2. Don't go anywhere as the teams head into their lines. We will be back with the star of tonight's game. These teams will face off once again on Tuesday, but we'll be back right after a short break. You're watching CWHL Live. I'm powered by Hilberg and Burke.
Like people, businesses have their journey, their path, sometimes straight, but more often evolving, growing, and adapting. And like people, businesses' needs change, creating the need for knowledge in areas like accounting, consulting, and tax. Areas critical to your continued growth and success, all part of the journey, and all part of what we do together with you. So that when your business has arrived, it's ready to keep going. MNP, wherever business takes you. Like people, businesses have their journey, their path, sometimes straight, but more often evolving, growing, and adapting. And like people, businesses' needs change, creating the need for knowledge in areas like accounting, consulting, and tax. Areas critical to your continued growth and success, all part of the journey, and all part of what we do together with you. So that when your business has arrived, it's ready to keep going. MNP, wherever business takes you.
Welcome back inside the booth. Closing up shop here on another night of CWHL action. The Vanke Rays winning this one over the Boston Blades 6-2. And Zach, it was a lot of stuff in that third period for Boston to be positive about, but they couldn't bury one past Elaine Chuley.
Right, they had a lot of great passes and a lot of great chances. They just could not find the open net or get their tip right, and it was just frustrating if you're a Blades fan.
And Ashley Brikaliuk with 4 points on the night for the Vanke Rays. I think easily she's a star of this game.
Easily. Vanke has surprised me thus far as playing as well as they have. But then again, they also have a lot of people who play for the Chinese national team, and they play in IHF tournaments, whether that be the under-18s or whether that be the real thing. And so they have a lot of international experience, and the international game is so much more different than the club game.
And here with the Boston Blades, a couple of good chances, both of their goals coming on power plays, but they just could not get an even strength chance. And Casey Stathopoulos had about 10 or so chances that she could throw herself toward the net, but just could not find a way to get a puck toward them.
She had some great chances. She was making great passes all night, just nothing was clicking right for the Blades, really.
Our next team will be Tuesday night here, and for my partner, Zach, that'll do it for us on CWHL Live. Thank you for joining us, and so ends another chapter in the great book of hockey.